BBC Radio Devon.
Now, if you want to talk to Len, get ringing now. The number to ring is Plymouth or Exeter 269 611. Plymouth or Exeter 269 611. Any questions at all about winemaking? We've got George in Taunton now. Good morning, George.
Good morning.
Good morning, George.
Good morning, sir. Yeah, I've got an awful lot of dams in wine. How do I get the gravity of it then? What it should be? This thing I've got here starts at the top 1,010.
Yeah.
And at the bottom it says 1150.
That's that's a little bit. The figures are a bit hefty for a wine.
Well, it says wine and beer tester.
Oh, does it? Oh, well, that's all right then. What you normally would do when you're starting your wine to mature, you want to add enough sugar so that the starting gravity is 1.080.
That's 1080.
1080.
A wireless phone-in on winemaking.
Juice.
That certainly takes me back.
One begins to wonder when one begins to inquire into the subject whether there is anything growing in field or forest from which one cannot make wine. Parsnip, the cowslip, which takes away spots and wrinkles, sunburns and freckles. Turnip, the blithe turnip, the poet has called it, which was set before the bride of the fourth Lord of Aberdeen as a dessert when she came into Scotland. Elderberry, a plant of Venus, says the herbalist, who used it and successfully against epilepsy. A glass every 15 minutes when the fit is threatening. Even the birch has been converted into liquid. It was a favorite drink of our ancestors, who during March cut the ends off the birch boughs and let the sap drip.
And so you just want 2 tins of either sliced or cat peaches. Use the juice as well and put them through a liquidizer and start your wine going with that.
I'll certainly be interested to meet this expert.
Oh, look at the blonde.
Look at that. 20 it is. Well, if they're nice and hard like these are, this is what you want. You don't want soft ones, because the flavour comes dessert ones are no good. The flavour comes over too strongly. But hard, green, hard, careless gooseberries, lovely.
Well, I have to be really honest. I loathe picking gooseberries.
Yes.
But the 2 redeeming factors today have been meeting you.
Oh, thank you. That's
and
nice.
this, I mean, what a setting.
It is lovely, yes. It's really marvellous. We enjoy it.
Out of this world, isn't it?
Although South Hams is lovely, of course, as you know.
We're now blood brothers, you realise
We are.
that?
We've been scratched. We've been scratched together.
I think it needs a little lotion or something to soothe
Just get
it
them
up.
off. Yes, that's right.
What about some? Have you got some of your last year's?
Yes, I've got some wine. Here's some gooseberry. This is one made from gooseberries from here. When did I pick these? 1987. I put them in the freezer and froze them, and about just before December, I made this one. So that's a year and a bit old.
Len, do you freeze many?
Oh yes, but all this lot will go in the freezer. I've got yes. I've got to try and find room for them.
All my sorrow at having to sit and top and tail these.
Well, I use a pair of scissors, and I sit steadily and go through pound after pound.
Before you freeze them?
Before I freeze them, yes. And then when I've taken them out of the freezer, put them in a bucket, 3 pounds at a time, let them get soft, and then I cut every one open with a knife, and then pour on boiling water and so on, and work on accordingly.
And this is the result?
This is the result, yes. Like to try some?
I can't wait.
Well, here we are. Don't know what it'll be like. Well, it shouldn't.
I'm bleeding to death here.
It shouldn't be too bad.
The things I do for the men in my life. Picking gooseberries, indeed.
What's it smell like, first of all? Yes, quite a nice bouquet. It's dry.
Lovely.
Oh, it's very dry. Thirst quenching.
That's good. This year I've made quite a lot of elderflower champagne.
Yes.
Do you make the gooseberry one?
There's a gooseberry. I brought a gooseberry one just for you to see. Whether it'll go off, I don't know. Yes, it did.
Great
Throw
stuff.
that one away then.
Oh, what a waste.
Oh, no, we'll put it in a proper glass. This is the right glass to use, a nice tall one.
You're a man for doing everything.
Well, it should be, you should
Oh,
use
look,
right glasses.
look at the colour.
That's quite nice.
Oh, that's
Again,
gorgeous.
this is from gooseberries picked in 87. And it's been in the bottle, resting on the sediment for a year, and then gradually...
How do you get all the sediment out?
Well, you tip the bottles upside down, and every day you go by them, you give them a twist, and the sediment falls onto the cork. And then you put the bottle upside down in your freezer, and just freeze the top part of the neck. Go out into the back garden, release the cork, and the pellet of muck will fly out into the garden.
On the compost
not over the washing, if you're careful. And quickly put the bung in again.
Let's try this. One of my favourites is. I cook a lot with this one.
It's dry, very dry. I would rather, I like sweeter things, but it's quite nice.
I'm sorry, Len, but I like that. Now, strangely enough,
It's refreshing.
it has a slight tang of elderflower.
Yes, there's a little bit of a taste in it.
Aha!
And I can't remember what I made it out
I
of.
think you've put some
But I
elderflower
probably put
in
just
there.
a couple of sprays.
Oh, that's beautiful.
nice, isn't it?
Oh, I love that one.
I'm pleased at that.
That,
Oh, good.
that-
I'm glad,
that-
and I'm
that's
glad
the
it went
winner.
off pop. You can never tell.
Sunset over the lovely South Hams. And tomorrow it's down to see Phil Hardy